of Islam now, not just going through exercises in some small facilities, but we were seeing them in great numbers, hundreds of them on the streets of big cities like Chicago and New York and Los Angeles.
Did you edit that out?
My view of the Fruit of Islam was that these were the absolute baddest, cleanest brothers I had ever seen in my life.
There was some bad blood, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you did not mess with the FOI. When they came out on the street, people say, yes, sir.
The growing presence of the Fruit of Islam attracted police attention. There were increasing numbers of confrontations and arrests. Malcolm warned that members of the FOI would always obey the law, but would also defend themselves if attacked. In cities across America, police agencies were determined to contain the Black Muslims. It was only a matter of time before the two forces would again collide.
One day he said there were some Negro agitators coming down.
On a spring night in 1962, another confrontation. It began as a stop and search of Muslim men delivering dry cleaning. It ended with a full police assault on the Muslim temple. This time, 8 men were shot, 1 police officer and 7 Muslims. Temple Secretary Ronald Stokes was dead at the scene.
I arrived at the mosque in Los Angeles after the shooting took place. And there's great sadness amongst people.
Matter of fact, he was a joint with Al Green on the picture.
They're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for it.
Al Green.
Anyone breaking our temples, we would defend the temple with our life. The temple is sacred. And those brothers, they acted on what they were taught. And I'm sure that anyone seeing police break into a church would be outraged.
No.
This didn't come as a great surprise to us, the fact that they would resist our police officers and cause trouble, because we have been watching this group for a long time, and I think Chief Parker warned some time ago that we might have trouble with them.
The Los Angeles Times reported the incident as a Muslim riot and a wild gunfight. But it was never proven that any of the guns fired belonged to the Muslims.
Bro, the nigga threw his mic and everything,
Malcolm
bro.
called for churches and civil rights organizations
like, bro,
to
why you
form
do
a
that?
united front with the Muslims
They
against
left.
police brutality.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholic. We're brutalized because we are Black people in America. I'm telling you, they came out of those cars and we have enough witnesses to hang them with their guns smoking. Chief Parker knows this, Mayor Yardy knows this, and every police official in the city knows that. They didn't fire no warning shots in the air. They fired warning shots point blank at innocent, unarmed, defenseless Negroes. As I say, 2 brothers were shot in the back.
And this is his podcast.
Another was shot in the
Braille
shoulder.
never did this before. It was like he just exploded
Another
on
was
me. I
shot.
was like, huh?
2 of them were shot.
This is his podcast.
Excuse the expression,
He started
through the
this
penis. Let me tell you something,
Ready?
and I'll tell you why you say we hate white people. We don't hate anybody. We love our own people so much, they think we hate the ones who are inflicting injustice against them.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people, you know? Representation of Black people represent. Probably sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter. You know?
3, 4, 5. We live. Welcome. Hold up. Yep. Welcome to Hoodview Politics, where we go into a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm DC's own Rabbit Jones. You know what I'm saying? If you're new here, you don't know what to expect. But if you've been here before, you know what's going on here. We chasing magazine coons. Magazine coons. What's going on, player? What's going on with you?
Not much. Just been doing the everyday life of a black man in America. Go to work, get the money from one white man, give it to the other one.
That's how it worked, too.
Give it to his best friend. That's exactly how that worked. I know my father used to tell me when I was a kid, when you clock in, Uncle Sam clock in with you, the president clock in with you, the judiciary clock, everybody clock in with you except you almost.
Bro, the one thing about that shit right there is, like, when people do jobs that they do every day, they eventually fall into a zone of being on time, just getting there, doing what's expected of you, and just being there every day, 1, for your pension, 2, for your benefits. You know what I'm saying? So you just, you know what I'm saying? You basically an asshole for whatever company you're working for.
But see, basically what you said about the pension and stuff,
yeah,
it's almost at a point where it's almost non-equitable because they trying to take it away. They try to take your Social Security, they try to take your pension, your 401k. I mean, they trying to cash in your shit so basically you go to work after, you do your year, you file your taxes. They took the 1% from you to put it back to their billionaires' pockets to hoard all this fucking money for nothing. They say it's for generational wealth, but what's the point of it having been generational wealth if all you doing is like what he doing? He using tax dollars to go golfing every day. So it's like you go put a suit on, get in front of the media, and then from the media go straight to the golf course. Like, like y'all gotta think. Y'all gotta think out there.
Now, we appreciate everybody, man, tuning in tonight, man. We appreciate everybody that comes through, holler at your boys. We coming at politics from a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? A hood point of view. People that work 9 to 5, sold dope for a living. You know what I'm saying, dog? We telling politics from our point of view. Not motherfucking scholars, motherfucking college grads, and everybody that's on MSNBC and all these motherfucking networks. We here as the average motherfucking niggas on the streets or at work, working 9 to 5 and mad shit they gotta get the fuck up and be on time. You know what I'm saying? We speaking for y'all niggas. That's what we here for. You know what I'm saying? And me and my man here, we met on job site where we bust our ass. It's just real simple. You know what I'm saying? We had to be there on time and all that bullshit. And we had the motherfucking, let me ask you this, right? And we look back on this shit with Donald the orange demon, fuck Trump, is trying to roll back employment regulations as far as motherfuckers discriminating against you at job sites, right? So he want to roll back that of the 1965 bill. My problem is the black fucking MAGAs, bro. Now, you know me for a minute. First, it was misleaders, which is the same thing, really. But the black MAGAs, it's almost like, I can't take them, bro. It's like when motherfuckers scratch on some mirror or something. When I see a black MAGA, that's how I feel. I feel like somebody scratching on a mirror, bro. Because think about it. Rolling back with Social Security. Rolling back healthcare. Civil rights bills. Not only saying Mexicans nobody should be coming in America, but then let white people in. Why?
The only ones
you want to tell us that's not racist, though?
They ain't the only ones that came over there. They got El Chapo's family members coming over here. For what? You got white people coming over here from Africa. You got 17 relatives from
That's
El
my
Chapo.
problem, bro. It's like
what the fuck are we doing?
Like explain to me MAGAs and black MAGAs. Okay, you told us you want everybody out of here. That's not American. And you agree with this orange neck demon fuck pig, right? We disagree with you. We voted for the black lady. But you agree with this punk to say everybody need to get out, right? Why would he bring in white people? What explain it? How if you had a problem with Mexicans taking your jobs and motherfucker on health care, what do you think these white motherfuckers are about to do? Can you explain to me? Explain to me the thought process of I want everybody out, but yet these white people come in, but he not racist.
And El Chapo, don't forget about them. The relatives of El Chapo. So he said bringing drugs. He said Mexicans bring drugs to America, right? It occurred to me that they want more white people here. And then you got the other hand, when you got El Chapo relatives, they sell drugs.
Bro.
So what it sounded like to me, they rolling back to the between shit. I'm gonna have to say they rolling back from 400 years of slavery to the fucking 80s and 90s drug trade. I think motherfuckers about to be back on that shit.
See, now you make a good point. 2-3 points you just made was good.
We about to go sell crack again.
Because us as black people, we figure shit out. For example, 80s and 90s, the government had a motherfucking knee on our neck. No pun intended. Right? The government had a knee on a black man's neck. And what happened was Ronald Reagan, bitch ass, and his wife called herself the war on drugs. Right? And these two orange motherfucking, they know in orange, they was redneck demons. Set out the war on drugs was really war on black people. Everybody want to put this shit on Clinton, but no. Reagan started that bullshit. Where he ain't had no motherfucking guardrails on what the police can do. My man here and me been born and raised in DMV area. Me, DC, right? And he could testify to something called the fucking jump outs.
Yep, and then these motherfuckers, when they jump out, I used to live on 14th and U Street, right? Growing up. 14th and U Street, 14th and U Street was notoriously known for pimps, drugs, and crackheads, crack babies, everything else.
Exactly.
In between. When Mayor Williams, remember Mayor Williams, right? The bow tie guy?
Oh, I couldn't stand that motherfucker. Yeah, I know
he
you're talking
came in
about.
after Marion Barry and started the gentrification. He's the one that started the gentrification, right?
Okay.
And they had these steps that he was going by doing it. first was buy a property. First of all, it was get the. It was first get the people out of.
I remember that.
The problem, folks, that was in the neighborhoods, get them out. Drug dealers, crackheads. You had got caught with something that you was going down to. So they would jump out in fucking Comcast and fire trucks to come get your ass. Like they used ambulance. Like that dude right there, he'd be OD, or somebody called an ambulance because he lands flat face first on the ground, and then the jump outs come out and get everybody, and he still land on the ground. That's how they used to do it. And then clean up the neighborhood, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now we got big buildings, big new buildings that's not affordable at all. So that's how that came about. So they about to roll their shit right back. I'm not
bro. My problem is, right, I'm up to age when I was in the war on drugs, right? And when Reagan started this war on drugs, I was personally in it. At the beginning, I wasn't. My uncles were, right? So as it went on,
my folks was.
Eventually I was involved in the motherfucking war on drugs. And the government itself under Ronald Reagan was pinpointing us as black people, period. This was his Make America Great Again. Remember, Trump ain't even make this bullshit up. That bitch ass nigga Reagan started the Make America Great Again shit. That was his slogan. Trump ain't doing it but take it.
Like you take everything up.
Exactly. And Reagan was the one overseeing us as black people living in the worst conditions that you could ever imagine. Far as our motherfucking hoods, our streets, our apartment buildings, our houses, our stores, the police that comes in our neighborhood. What is on their mind? Locking us the fuck up.
And let's stop right there with the police. I want everybody that's looking on this podcast, I want you to take a good look on Google. Google the origin of police and see what you come up with. The origin of police, and I'm gonna tell you, I ain't even had to look at Google. This was I had Black History when I was a kid. You know, hey, look, I just got it. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at police as an origin, it's slave rounders. They sit around where you at, make sure you fucking up. But if you do fuck up, leave the plantation, they come bring your ass back. Or they hang you. Back then, police at those times, in the slavery times, was the judge, the jury, and the executioner. What you think is going on now? What are the police doing now? Oh, speaking of the devils.
That's what you get for being in the hood.
Heard me talking. But
my thing is, like, going back to the Black MAGA bitch asses. They promoted this, bruh. They promoted a orange neck fuck demon pig to take your Social Security, to take your health care. It's gonna hit you in a minute, bruh. If they pass this bill that they're trying to pass, that all Democrats voted against.
What's left of the Democrats?
They all voted against. Nobody voted for it. And in Congress, I will say that. That all Republicans voted for. Now remember, Biden came in and put a bill up to pull you out of a pandemic. No Republican voted for that. All Democrats voted for that to get you out of the pandemic. That's why you're living your life now. These motherfucking Republicans voting to take your health care away. No Democrat are voting for that. So you ask us, why are you a Democrat? Why you vote Democrat? That's a basic joint right there. You got one joint want to expand your health care, period. That's the Democrats. If anybody listening right the fuck now, including conservative, my man from Detroit, if the Democrats want to expand your health care, give you more for your elderly people in your family, to make sure nobody is going out poor and have to suffer. Opposite is Republicans want to take this shit away from you, period. You want to ask why we Democrats?
Yeah, you got to think about that. So, not saying that both parties, to me, they give you some, they take some. One of them takes some, they give you some, they take some. One joint give you none and take it all. So you got to think about that. Because once you're Social Security and shit, I don't know if it's going to be that simple to get it back, to be honest with you. Because now you have to go back. I have received, speaking of that, I received an email about 2 weeks ago, right? About my school loans. They reinstated that back in. Yeah, they sent me an email saying they restated it. I got to pay that shit now. They erased it at first, but now they talking about now I got to pay this shit back. Now I'm obligated to pay it back now. Now I'm like, you know what?
So, all right, let's stay with that for a minute. Like when Biden was trying to get everybody loans and take care of everybody's student loans, was you with that or against that?
I was with the shit out of that. Because, look, yeah, I understand, you know, paying for education is cool. But when you look at it in hindsight, you went to public schools, right? Folks out there had vouchers, things of that nature. Okay, cool. But the quality of education was you getting, you know, depending where you go. I had to stick home because I had to go with something cheap, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't had it like that, and I wasn't going to pay it back like that either. So it's like I was going to pay it back, but you know what I mean? You have to build yourself to pay it back.
True.
So it's not like it's a simple task like you get a job, you pay it back. It's not that simple. You have other obligations that you have separate from school loans. You have electric bill, gas bill, car note, insurance. Shit not cheap, man. Shit went up. So everything has gone up. And for, you know, I'm not sure about the black mongers out there. I mean, I'm not sure if you noticing shit that's going on, or you being oblivious because you just got, you know, you just got to get pull out the lotion and pull out the lotion and rub your ashy knees.
The orange demon fuck lotion.
Yeah, you got to pull the lotion up and grease the knees and get the penis out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? The Trump penis. You know, gotta get it out your mouth, man. You gotta get it out your mouth,
bro. All right.
And I'm not, you know, like what my man said about Obamacare. Obamacare wasn't perfect. Yeah. A lot of bills, if you ever think about it, a lot of bills wasn't perfect. But you have to ask yourself, did it fit your needs? Did it fit you? Or did it not fit you? That's why I was thinking about, I was like, there's certain people that's out there that could be the perfect president, but a lot of people is not really great at being a president. Trump is not really good at being a president. Like, my black MAGA people, you know, you black. Like, you have to look at certain shit in a certain point of view. Does taking Social Security from you fit you, or is it the complete opposite? Does the education thing, does that fit you? You paying taxes and nothing, you not getting nothing back. Or you have to pay extra on top of the taxes you already have to, that's already been dished out. Does that fit you? No. But I tell you what it does fit. It fits a bunch of billionaires out there that just want to take your money, take free tax money, hoard all the money for themselves. And you have to think that does not have nothing to do with you unless it's drained. When he said draining the swamp, he talking about your ass, basically.
Now, two things, right? Me personally, I never sniffed the motherfucker. I never thought about going to college, right? The only time I went on a college campus was when I fuck hoes. When you slide over that joint, them bitches, you screaming out the window, you scoop them up. Oh man, what? Oh my God. But other than that, I never thought about doing anything past. I just wanted to get the fuck out of high school. But that's not everybody. Some black people want to go to HBCUs. Some black people want to go to Harvard. They want to do different things than the average motherfucker black man, right? So you want to give those people opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just shut them out because they coming from a situation that's poor or they in a situation where they got 3 or 4 kids or some shit, right? You want everybody to have the opportunity, right?
But see, that's where the Department of Education is going to hurt first is the HBCUs. But you see that Harvard,
I'm talking about as far as the loans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's going to hurt HBCUs. The loans going to be gone. So HBCUs is in effect is because the fact that back in those times, again, black people couldn't go to a regular college. So they made up HBCUs, historically black colleges, because they couldn't get into regular education colleges. So, you know, and then the HBCUs wasn't expensive either. They was like a basic, 10 grand, 8 grand, something like that, about 10, 12 grand. And you in there for 4 years. I'm not sure about that now, but I know that motherfucker is probably up there. But as far as like Harvard standing their ground, they have some shit they took away from them, but they stood their ground against the bullshit.
True.
That's the last college I think that would stand their ground, to be honest with you. That's an Ivy League school, if y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's an Ivy League school, if y'all don't know. But, you know, we have to figure out what we got to do. I understand people out there saying that the violence was outrageous when Biden was in office. It was also outrageous when Trump was in office. So you can't really say that. Trump was in office, the violence was there still. So you can't really say that. It got, you can't really say that. You have to say, you got to think about it, man. How much more or less of the violence would be Trump and Biden? It was the same thing. And then Biden never thought about taking your money even. This motherfucker's taking your money, going to golf trips. You know, he was going to golf trips with your tax money. So it's like, folks out there got to think. I'm not too much on a Biden bandwagon myself, but, I'm not too much on the Biden bandwagon all that great because he was already old. So it's like, what left could he do? I can see if you ran when Hillary decided to come in, he should have took over then. I understand that one, but at least he would be a little bit more healthier than what happened in 2020. But he had cancer for a while, of what I heard. He just decided that he just wanted to say it, out. He got diagnosis, but, prostate cancer.
Yeah, that part is really fucked up. The prostate cancer part. But him, like, to me, like, when you start talking about like student loans, right? Or giving money back for student loans. To me, it's like, bro, why do you care if that specifically go to you? Specifically, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody pay taxes. Everybody got their own whatever the fuck. You can't sit there and be like, well, that ain't nothing to do with me, so you get rid of it. Like, that don't even make no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You elect people in to fit your needs or what you got going on. You don't want to fuck your shit up. And right now, everybody getting fucked over. It's not even the people that it's not even people that didn't vote for him. It's the people that did as well. Everybody's getting fucked up. Everybody's getting fucked over.
Exactly.
It's just they decide they don't want to put a condom on it no more. They just wanted the nut all in your ass. Like, they want to ass rape you right now. And they tired of pretending that they're not. They straightforward with the shit. You know what I'm saying? They straightforward of ass raping you in the yard in front of everybody. Like, it's like what the fuck? Like, why is everybody into this shit? Farmers, I've been looking at, farmers that voted for Trump. They getting fucked up right now. And guess what else they doing? They crying. It's like, we need the help. We need this. We need that. We need the resources. We don't have no resources. We can't do this. We can't do that. And I'm like, damn, really? Then they sit there and be like, hey, we gonna vote for Trump. Hey, are you gonna vote for Trump anymore? Nah, fuck that. Cause they got my farm fucked up. And now they about to lose it. People are on the verge of losing. Then, if they lose their farm, and that means they have to get fruits and vegetables elsewhere, which means that prices are gonna go up of food. Y'all gotta think about shit like that. Eggs already up because it's quote unquote fucking bird flu. Who's putting the bird flu in the eggs? Like, what the fuck is the bird flu about?
And I think about when I grew up as a child with epilepsy, petit mal seizures, having to rely on food assistance. To this day, I hate cold cuts because I had so many bologna sandwiches growing up because that's all we could afford. Bologna sandwiches, pancakes for dinner, which I thought was a treat, but later learned that's all we could afford for dinner because we depended on food stamps. I had epilepsy, seizures. My mother was afraid to go to work because she never knew when her daughter could have a seizure. She did not drive. She was on public transportation. That was the assistance that she needed to help us survive. To help us survive. She didn't wake up wanting to be on food stamps. She didn't wake up wanting to have a daughter who had unpredictable medical conditions that prevented her from keeping a regular job. But thank God for those food stamps. Thank God for those pancakes for dinner. Thank God for those syrup sandwiches. Thank God for those toasted cheese sandwiches that we got because we received the cheese to make toasted cheese sandwiches that I grew up on because of food assistance. And now you want to take things like that away from people who need them, who depend on them, who are just trying to get by because of systemic, structural, institutional barriers that have put many people in impoverished conditions that they did not decide to be a part of, but because of the systems that we are still utilizing to oppress people are in place when we could be giving them a helping hand. But instead, we want to take money from poor people so we can give it to rich people. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. People depend on this money.
What the fuck, bro?
Not so they can get rich, not so they can invest it, not so they can get a jet, not so they can get a yacht, so they can have a meal, so they can eat. But we want to take it away from poor people and give it to rich people. Let it sink in.
Let it sink in.
That's what we're doing. We're talking about food, poor people, and hunger.
Now, that is really the bottom line to this shit, bro. It's like, that's why I don't fuck with black MAGAs at all. Y'all a piece of shit. It's like, bro, you voted for a motherfucker to make your life miserable. And when this joint hit, it's going to hit everybody. Not just motherfucking white people and Spanish people. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the man, you can't be no more racist than this motherfucker, first of all. And if you just look at one for one, somebody fighting for civil rights did so much for black history, black people when they was president, compared to a motherfucker to do everything to take back black people rights. Y'all gotta explain to me where part of this shit is a good part for black people with this redneck, orange demon, fuck pig, Donald, jackass Trump. What makes it good for us to have him as president? I need black MAGAs to come back now as we done seen enough evidence. Tell me how he's not fucking racist, first of all. When you tell Americans that we don't need nobody coming in, Mexicans, motherfucking black people from Africa, no more nothing till we get our shit together. We're gonna close the border up. Meanwhile, 3 months into his fucking joint, he let white people in the joint. So-called Africans. Wherever the fuck Elon, the bitch ass bus come from, he brings those clowns from there. I'm gonna tell you, I already know Elon Musk about to disappear. That he gave him whatever the fuck he wanted. He about to just stop talking about anything had to do with any fucking thing about America. He about to be on his merry fucking way. He done got all his people here. And that was his fucking goal. These redneck pigs are running the country, racist. Everything they do is racist or bigoted. Period. And I'm at the point where, first of all, nobody can tell black people that they racist. First of all, it's not possible. You can't look at a black person and say, you racist for saying anything. You can say they bigoted for saying some dumb shit. Like cracker. I like that word. Cracker. But other than that, you cannot say a black person is racist because we're not given the power to be racist yet. You never seen us. You never gave us the presidency. You never gave us the power of the police. You never gave us the power of the judges, the power of lawyers. You didn't give us that yet. White people, you have it. And we seen what the fuck you do with it. You hang us. You stick our black women in a fucking hole in the sun some damn where. You make our black men fucking get your babies. You make our black men work hard in labor and don't pay them a fucking thing. But beat them. That's what you white asses did. You never gave us a chance yet. How can you tell us to be racist? You know what I'm saying? Nah. That's all I'm saying. You never gave us a chance to be racist. That's all I'm saying. Don't call a black motherfucker racist because we never had the opportunity to be racist. We had the opportunity to be bigot, whether we want to be around white people or not, whether white people is our cup of tea or not. That's bigoted, true. But racist is making laws to hold black people back, hanging black people, raping black people, making black women raise your fucking big head ass kids. That's racist. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Give us that chance to be racist one time and see. Just say, okay, y'all got everything. Black people are police. Black people are motherfucking congressmen, senators. Black people, y'all everything. President, everything you need right now. All Congress people out of 400, 390 are black. Out of all senators, 100 of them, 99 of them are black. Once we get there, and all we doing is not hanging you white motherfuckers, or are we hanging you? We don't know. That's when you're gonna know we racist or not. You know what I'm saying? And then you heard Shorty right here talking, right? Yeah. About fucking food stamps, right? Now, all she was saying, now she said a lot of key things that black people know. That surf sandwich, she said. Hey, bro, that surf sandwich. Hey, ain't a nigga alive don't know about no surf sandwich. Cheese grill sandwiches. That was what we lived on, motherfucker. We didn't know this was bad shit here. We knew that was our shit. You know what I'm saying, dog? Me personally, 6 years ago, me personally signed up to go in the motherfucking shelter. If I wasn't here in D.C., where it's more liberal, more democratic, the streets would have been my calling. You know what I'm saying, dog? So I understand how motherfuckers be in the streets. I was lucky to be here in D.C. to actually be saved on motherfucking legislation that warrants people where you can't be on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I was lucky to get off the streets by having those social nets, those things that help you in certain situations. Whether you like it or not, because I bust my ass my whole life to avoid that shit. And it just happened where it was out of my hands. And I had to make a fucking choice. And the choice was shelter. You know what I'm saying? I was a nigga that was in the shelter. I podcast from the fucking shelter. You know what I'm saying? So I know those safety nets are needed, whether you think it or not. You know what I'm saying? The shit can happen. My son don't even remember us being in the shelter, which is a good thing. Put it aside. You know what I'm saying, dog? But that safety net was there only because Democrats put it there, right? And that's why I vote Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Republicans are a piece of fucking shit. You have no business voting for a fucking Republican for no damn reason. None. You can't have an orange neck pig demon fuck called Donald Jackass Trump. Vote for him in and then act like you don't know he's going to be a racist. That's jackassery for me. You know what I'm saying, dog? Now, I don't know if you can hear my man when you get back on here, but we have technical difficulties tonight. And what we want to do is, I'm going to let my man get anything on his mind right now before we get out of here. You know what I'm saying, dog? And we have to fix these technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying, dog? You got something to say before we get out of here?
Yeah. So not only that, you know, us as black people, we are cornered right now, bringing motherfuckers over here that ain't got no business from Africa. Why are they doing it? Why are the January 6 people being exonerated? Why are the ads out of kids that quote unquote raped the Central Park 5 raped the woman? Why they didn't rape? Why they didn't rent to black people? It's all sorts of histories with dude here. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of shit. So it's like, what place do you have as a black person in his agenda?
That's why we need black That's why we need Black Mackers to come back up here and explain this shit to us. What you push? What you push on my Black culture, bro?
What parts of you are in his agenda? When, you know, you're not involved in none of his agenda.
None.
The gender, I mean, the stereotyping right now is Black people always on food stamps and shit like that. And that what they always say, that we don't really be on food stamps. That's white people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now.
So it ain't hurting us. It's hurting them too. If you on food stamps, shit, I wish I could buy some.
You know? Hey, shouts out to man, we just learned that Joe Biden is going through what kind of cancer is that? Prostate cancer. So shouts out to him. And we're gonna get deeper into that next podcast so we can try go into one thing, the Afrikaners, two, the diagnosis of Biden and the fact that Democrats are going on him. Oh, Democrats are going on him until damn. Oh, we right. You know, Democrats are going on him acting like he had a problem with Kamala losing and all that good shit. My problem was Democrats is motherfucking eating themselves for no damn reason. The problem is that orange fuck demon. Don't worry about it. He's not president no more. And in fact, if he was president right, he would have been voted in. He would have stayed in and voted in right now. He would have revealed to us that he had this. Guess who would have been president, bro?
Kamala.
God damn it.
And
that close.
And you said it too last year.
Damn it.
Because you have to see, when you look at him and over the few past years, he was, well, last year especially, he was showing signs of slippage. You know, his head space. You know, his mind was going. So it's like he was slipping. So, you know, it is what it is. You just gotta get better.
My thing is the man 80, you're not expecting him to be that shocked.
But the wrong person got the cancer though.
But when y'all start talking about the cognitive, it's like he was good enough to be, he did so much as president. He did more than this orange fuck did. So if he was dumb in the brain, he did a lot of work. More than the motherfucker that y'all think got sense. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody that tunes in tonight, man. We got a little motherfucking technical difficulties here. You know what I'm saying? But I give respect to, first of all, Biden did so much for our culture. The little bit of time that he was president, 4 years. He already did more than the orange fuck demon Trump ever did. He was also president 4 years. People keep forgetting. You know what I'm saying? He made life worse for everybody with that fucking pandemic. This man came in, put a bill up to stop the pandemic, got everybody living their life again, and no Republican voted to get you out of it. None. We'll be still in the pandemic. We still have masks on. We'll still be in the house. It was up to Republicans. Not only that, we'll take your health care away. So everybody just stay sick. I just don't get the thought process of these dumb motherfuckers, bro. And anybody that vote for these dummies. I'm going to start. We are the new Democrats. We're not for all the fake ass bullshit that the Democrats are doing now, getting squeamy in the knees and want to beat up at themselves. Fuck y'all. We don't give a fuck about Republicans or the orange neck fuck demon. Fuck them. Vote against everything they do. Period. And that's the new Democrat style. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
That'd be the Jasmine Crockett way.
Exactly. Appreciate everybody. We'll be back.
I ain't gonna hold you. I love that black clothes.
That is my baby. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back though. I'm gonna straighten this shit out. We're gonna make sure that technical difficulty thing is straight. But appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Catch us. We'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? Bye. The Hoodviewpolitics podcast give you big respect for much you did for our culture, and hope you get through this shit in a speedy thing. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from us. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people.